Did you know Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, never wrote any of his own songs? He made them famous, but the words and music were always someone else's creations. Despite this, his influence on the music industry is undeniable. Born into humble beginnings, Elvis rose to become an unforgettable icon who left an indelible mark on the world of music. His unique style and magnetic performances shaped the landscape of rock and roll. Now, let's take a stroll down memory lane and dive into the life of this legendary icon. Born on January 8, 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi, Elvis Aaron Presley lived a life of humble beginnings. His early years were marked by financial struggles and a deep connection to the church, where he first discovered his love for music. The sweet melodies of gospel songs and the raw energy of spiritual hymns became the foundation of his unique style. Elvis's family didn't have it easy. Money was scarce, opportunities were limited, and dreams seemed far out of reach. But amid these hardships, music remained their solace, their beacon of hope. Young Elvis was deeply influenced by this emotional connection to music, allowing it to shape his aspirations. In 1948, the Presley family decided to leave their hardships behind and move to Memphis, Tennessee, a city pulsating with the rhythm and blues that would soon become synonymous with Elvis's music. Little did young Elvis know, the vibrant music scene of Memphis would soon catapult him to unprecedented fame. In 1954, Elvis walked into Sun Records, and the rest, as they say, became rock and roll history. From the moment he stepped into that recording studio, Elvis Presley was on a rocket ship to stardom. His early recording career with Sun Records was the launching pad, where he cut his first tracks and honed his unique sound. His breakthrough came in 1956 with the chart-topping single, Heartbreak Hotel. This haunting yet catchy tune captured the hearts of listeners nationwide, catapulting Elvis into the limelight. It was a song that encapsulated the essence of Elvis, raw, emotive, and undeniably captivating. Elvis's rise to stardom was nothing short of meteoric. His genre-blending style, merging rhythm and blues with country, and his unmistakable voice made him a standout in the music scene. He was a pioneer, pushing boundaries and daring to be different. But it wasn't just his music that made waves. It was his performance style, too. His provocative performance style was controversial, to say the least. His hip-shaking dance moves, his sultry voice, and his unapologetic charisma were seen by some as scandalous. But to his fans, it was all part of his charm. Elvis was creating a new kind of music and a new kind of star. Elvis was well on his way to becoming the king of rock and roll, but his journey was far from over. The stage was set for the next chapter in his incredible story. Just as his career was soaring, Elvis was drafted into the U.S. Army in 1958. A patriotic man, he served dutifully for 2 years, stationed primarily in Germany. This service, although a break from his music, didn't dampen his passion for melody. Upon his return, Elvis jumped back into the music scene with renewed energy. But there was another siren call for Elvis, the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. He began acting in movies, showcasing his versatility as an entertainer. From the romantic comedy Blue Hawaii to the musical drama Jailhouse Rock, Elvis proved that his talent wasn't confined to the recording studio. His star shone brightly on the silver screen, and his films were box office hits. Despite his Hollywood success, music remained his first love. His film soundtracks often became chart toppers, proving that he could juggle both careers with finesse. Even with his detour into Hollywood, Elvis remained a musical force to be reckoned with. The 1970s brought about a series of highs and lows for Elvis. It was a time of resurgence, as he made a triumphant return to live performances, with his Aloha from Hawaii concert being one of the most watched broadcasts in television history. Yet, it was also a period of struggle. His health began to deteriorate, a result of years of prescription drug abuse and a hectic lifestyle. In the summer of 1977, the world was shocked by the news of his sudden death. Despite his untimely demise, Elvis's influence didn't fade. He left behind a rich tapestry of music that transcended genres, from rock and roll to gospel, from country to blues. His unique style and magnetic charisma continue to inspire generations of musicians. The king of rock and roll, as he is fondly remembered, changed the face of music forever. Elvis Presley may have left the building, but his music and influence continue to rock the world to this very day.
Ever wondered how a small-town girl from Michigan became the queen of pop? Let's dive into the early years of Madonna, Born Madonna Louise Ciccone in the bustling city of Bay City, Michigan in the late summer of 1958, Madonna was one of 6 children. Her family life, though challenging, shaped her resilience and determination. Then, in 1978, with her sights set on a career in modern dance, Madonna left her familiar surroundings behind and moved to the heart of the Big Apple, New York City. Here, she began to dip her toes into the music scene. Her early endeavors included playing drums for the band Breakfast Club and later forming the band Emmy, where she was the lead singer. Little did this ambitious young woman know that a chance meeting with a music producer would change her life forever. In 1982, Madonna's life took a turn when she signed a deal with Sire Records. This marked the beginning of an era that would forever change the landscape of pop music. Her debut single, Everybody, was a dance hit that quickly climbed the charts. This catchy tune with its infectious beat was merely a glimpse of what was to come. Madonna's unique blend of style, attitude, and musical prowess was about to take the world by storm. In 1983, she released her self-titled album, Madonna. It was an instant success, establishing her as a new force in the pop music scene. The album was a fusion of dance, pop, and post-disco, and it resonated with a generation eager for something fresh and exciting. With hits like Holiday, Lucky Star, and Borderline, Madonna had firmly planted her flag in the pop music landscape. But she didn't stop there. In 1984, Madonna released Like a Virgin, an album that solidified her status as a pop icon. The title track was a #1 hit and became one of the defining songs of the decade. The album's provocative themes and bold lyrics were a testament to Madonna's willingness to push boundaries and challenge the status quo. 2 years later, Madonna released True Blue, an album that showcased her evolving artistry and continued her commercial success. With chart-topping hits like Papa Don't Preach, Open Your Heart, and La Isla Bonita, Madonna proved that she was more than just a one-hit wonder. She was a trendsetter, a trailblazer, and a pop music maven. One of the key elements of Madonna's rise to stardom was her innovative music videos. They were daring, provocative, and unlike anything seen before. They made her a staple on MTV, further propelling her into the stratosphere of pop culture. By the end of the 80s, Madonna was not just a pop star, she was a global phenomenon. She had not only conquered the music world, but had also reshaped it in her own image. Madonna's rise to stardom was not just about the music, it was about the attitude, the fashion, and the fearless desire to express herself. As the 90s dawned, Madonna continued to push boundaries and reinvent herself. A master of metamorphosis, she transformed not just her image, but also her sound. Her ventures into acting became more prominent with films like Evita, where she portrayed the iconic Eva Peron, earning her a Golden Globe for Best Actress. Meanwhile, her music career kept flourishing. Her audacious and unapologetic attitude was reflected in her album Erotica, which, while controversial, was also critically acclaimed. Madonna's ability to adapt to changing music trends was nothing short of remarkable. She embraced the electronic music wave that swept the world in the late 90s, and this shift was evident in her album Ray of Light. Ray of Light was a departure from her earlier pop sound. Instead, it was a melange of techno, trance, and ambient music. The album was a commercial success, winning 4 Grammy Awards and selling over 16 million copies worldwide. It was a testament to her ability to take risks, adapt, and stay ahead of the curve. Madonna's continued success, it seemed, was not just about her talent or her trend-setting style. It was about her ability to reinvent herself time and again, to push boundaries, and to constantly evolve with the times. She was not just a pop icon, but a chameleon of the music industry. No matter the decade, Madonna found a way to stay relevant and on top. So where is Madonna now? In the new millennium, she has continued to ride the wave of success. The 2010s saw her induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a testament to her lasting influence. Madonna's philanthropy has been as impactful as her music, touching lives worldwide. Her unique ability to evolve with the times keeps her at the forefront of pop music. From a small-town girl to the queen of pop, Madonna's journey is a testament to her talent, ambition, and ability to reinvent herself. She truly is a pop icon.
Mahalia Jackson. 20th-century recording artist Mahalia Jackson, known as the Queen of the Gospel, is revered as one of U.S. history's most significant musical figures. Jackson was brought up in a strict religious atmosphere. Her father's family included several entertainers. However, she was forced to confine her musical activities to singing in the church choir and listening secretly to recordings of Bessie Smith and Ida Cox and Enrico Caruso. When she was 16, she went to Chicago and joined the Greater Salem Baptist Church Choir, where her remarkable contralto voice soon led to her selection as a soloist. Jackson first came to wide public attention in the 1930s, when she participated in a cross-country gospel tour singing such songs as "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands" and "I Can Put My Trust in Jesus." In 1934, her first recording, "God Gonna Separate the Wheat from the Tares," was a success, leading to a series of other recordings. Jackson's first great hit, "Move On Up a Little Higher," appeared in 1945. It was especially important for its use of the vamp, an indefinitely repeated phrase, or chord pattern, that provides a foundation for solo improvisation. All the songs with which she was identified, including "I Believe," "Just Over the Hill," "When I Wake Up in Glory," and "Just a Little While to Stay Here," were gospel songs, with texts drawn from biblical themes and strongly influenced by the harmonies, rhythms, and emotional force of blues. Jackson refused to sing any but religious songs or indeed to sing at all in surroundings that she considered inappropriate. But she sang on the radio and on television and, starting in 1950, performed to overflow audiences in annual concerts at Carnegie Hall in New York City. 8 of Jackson's records sold more than 1 million copies each. Jackson was enormously popular abroad. Her version of "Silent Night," for example, was one of the all-time best-selling records in Denmark. She made a notable appearance at the Newport, Rhode Island, Jazz Festival in 1957, in a program devoted entirely, at her request, to gospel songs, and she sang at the inauguration of President John F. Kennedy in January 1961. In the 1950s and 60s, she was active in the civil rights movement. In 1963, she sang the old African-American spiritual, "I Been Buked and I Been Scorned," for a crowd of more than 200,000 in Washington, D.C. In her later years, Jackson had several hospitalizations for severe health problems, giving her final concert in 1971 in Munich, Germany. She died of a heart attack on January 27, 1972. Jackson is remembered and loved for her impassioned delivery, her deep commitment to spirituality, and her lasting inspiration to listeners of all faiths.
Whoosh! Straight out of Queens, New York, Annika Tanya Mirage, better known as Nicki Minaj, took the music world by storm. Born in December 1982, this rap queen's journey was anything but ordinary. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, Minaj used her talent to escape adversity. With a fiery passion for music and unmatched lyrical prowess, she burst onto the scene in 2007 with her mixtape, "Playtime Is Over." But her meteoric rise didn't stop there. In 2010, her debut album Pink Friday hit the shelves, and the world witnessed the birth of a new hip-hop superstar. From Super Bass to Anaconda, Minaj's tracks got everyone grooving. Her unique style and bold personality made her an icon, not just in music, but in fashion too. Nicki Minaj, a trailblazer, a trendsetter, a queen of rap, and her story continues. Stick around for more captivating tales of extraordinary individuals.
Picture a small island girl with dreams bigger than the ocean surrounding her. That's Rihanna, born Robin Rihanna Fenty on February 20th, 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados. A singer, actress, and businesswoman, she's a force to be reckoned with. Her journey began when she caught the eye of American producer Evan Rogers. From there, it was a whirlwind of chart-topping hits, from Pon de Replay to Umbrella. But Rihanna's more than a pop sensation. She's a fashion icon, philanthropist, and successful entrepreneur, with her inclusive beauty line, Fenty Beauty, making waves in the industry. From Barbados to the global stage, Rihanna's story is one of resilience, creativity, and unabashed self-expression. A true testament to the power of dreams and the will to turn them into reality.
When you think of King of Pop, only one name comes to mind: Michael Jackson. Born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana. The 8th of 10 children, Michael was born into a household brimming with talent. His father, a former boxer and steelworker, recognized this talent and formed a musical group, famously known as the Jackson 5. The Jackson family, though not affluent, was rich in music and love. The sound of soulful harmonies filled their humble home, and young Michael was quickly drawn to the rhythm. His enchanting voice and undeniable charisma made him the obvious choice for the lead singer despite his tender age. As the Jackson 5 soared to fame, a star was steadily rising within the group. His name was Michael Jackson. His soulful voice, unique dance moves, and magnetic stage presence captivated audiences worldwide. By the age of 6, Michael had begun his journey to stardom, setting the stage for one of the most iconic careers in music history. As the 1970s rolled in, Michael Jackson began to emerge from the shadow of the Jackson 5, embarking on what would be a groundbreaking solo career. At the dawn of the 70s, a young Michael Jackson began to separate himself from the Jackson 5, stepping into the spotlight as a solo artist. A new era was beginning, one that saw the rise of a star who would forever change the landscape of music and dance. Michael Jackson, a name that would soon be synonymous with revolutionary music and dance. He was a trailblazer, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible in music and performance. He brought a new kind of energy to the stage, a mesmerizing presence that demanded attention. With every performance, he captivated audiences worldwide, and with his signature move, the moonwalk, he left them in awe. The moonwalk was more than a dance move. It was a symbol of Jackson's ability to defy gravity, to move in ways that seemed impossible. But Michael Jackson was not just a phenomenal performer, he was also a record-breaking artist. His album Thriller remains the best-selling album of all time, with over 65 million copies sold worldwide. His music transcended borders, resonating with people from all walks of life. His songs, filled with the messages of love and unity, struck a chord with millions, becoming anthems for generations. As his fame soared, so did the curiosity about his evolving physical appearance. The transformation was gradual but noticeable. His skin tone lightened, his nose narrowed, and his face took on a more sculpted look. While Michael attributed these changes to a skin condition and plastic surgery, the speculation continued. The public's fascination with his appearance was matched only by their love for his music. Through it all, Michael Jackson remained focused on his art, undeterred by the whispers and the stares. He continued to create music that touched hearts and to perform with a passion that was unmatched. His influence extended beyond music, shaping fashion, dance, and pop culture as a whole. Through his music, Michael Jackson transcended boundaries, creating a legacy that would continue to influence generations to come. Despite his unparalleled success, Michael Jackson's life was not without controversy. As he moonwalked to the pinnacle of fame, he also found himself stepping into a whirlpool of trials and tribulations. The king of pop, adored and revered by millions, found himself embroiled in legal battles and facing health issues that would shadow his incredible success. In the 90s, legal issues began to cast a long shadow over Jackson's life. Accusations and lawsuits became an unfortunate part of his narrative, pushing him into a defensive corner. Yet during these tough times, Jackson's spirit remained unbroken, his commitment to his artistry unwavering. He continued to create music that resonated with his fans, his melodies echoing the sentiments of those who were misunderstood just like him. Health problems also became a constant companion for Jackson. The relentless pressure of the spotlight, the demanding tours, and the sleepless nights all took a toll on his physical well-being. Despite these challenges, Jackson soldiered on, his dedication to his craft never wavering. Then in the late summer of 2009, the world was shocked by the news of Jackson's unexpected death. The king of pop, who had ruled the hearts of millions around the globe, was suddenly gone. The loss was as monumental as the man himself, leaving fans and fellow artists in a state of disbelief. But as the saying goes, legends never truly die. And so it is with Michael Jackson. His music continues to live on, his songs still played and cherished by old and new fans alike. His influence permeates the music industry, with artists across genres drawing inspiration from his work. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, left behind a legacy that continues to inspire artists worldwide, reminding us that in the face of adversity, music can unite us all. Ever wondered what fueled the genius of Prince, the musical icon who dared to bend norms and left an indelible mark on the world of music? Born in the heart of Minneapolis, Prince Rogers Nelson was more than an artist. He was a rule breaker, a trendsetter, a virtuoso who redefined the musical landscape. His audacity to challenge societal norms and his immense contribution to music still reverberate in the echoes of the industry today. So, Where did it all start for this legendary icon? Let's rewind back to the beginning. Born as Prince Rogers Nelson on June 7, 1958 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Prince began his life in a city that would later become synonymous with his unique sound. His early years were deeply influenced by his parents, both of whom were musicians. His father, John Lewis Nelson, was a jazz pianist and songwriter, while his mother, Mattie Delashaw, was a jazz singer. It was in this musical household that Prince found his calling. During his high school years, his musical talent began to blossom. Prince formed his first band, Grand Central, with his cousin and friend, showcasing his prowess as a multi-instrumentalist. His passion and dedication to his craft led to the release of his debut album, For You, at the tender age of 19. A blend of funk, R&B, soul, and pop, the album was a glimpse into the innovative artist Prince was destined to become. This was just the beginning, and little did the world know that this young man from Minneapolis was about to revolutionize the music industry. From his debut album, Prince went on to produce a series of groundbreaking albums, each one surpassing the other in creativity and innovation. His third album, Dirty Mind, was a fusion of funk, new wave, and pop, showcasing his ability to blend genres seamlessly. Then came 1999 Tour, a double album that pushed the boundaries of pop music. It was audacious, bold, and it changed the game. But Prince was only getting started. He took it a step further with Purple Rain, a behemoth of an album that became a cultural milestone. It was a perfect storm of rock, pop, and R&B, and it catapulted Prince to international stardom. But Prince wasn't just about the music. His unique style, his flamboyant stage presence, and his fearless approach to his art made him a trendsetter and a cultural icon. He was unapologetically himself, and it resonated with people all over the world. Purple Rain didn't just earn Prince legions of fans, it also won him an Oscar for Best Original Song Score. And he didn't stop there. He continued to innovate with albums like Sign of the Times, proving that he was a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. Prince was not just a musician. He was a phenomenon, a force of nature that swept across the globe. Prince's sudden departure on April 21, 2016, shocked the world, but his legacy lives on, influencing and inspiring generations of musicians. The man who broke barriers, defied conventions, and left an indelible mark on the music industry continues to inspire us today. His music wasn't just a collection of notes and lyrics. It was a powerful narrative of love, life, and the human condition. His songs, filled with infectious energy and raw emotion, touched the hearts of millions, transcending boundaries of culture, language, and age. Prince wasn't just an extraordinary musician, he was a trailblazer, an innovator. He expanded our understanding of what music could be, blending elements of rock, pop, soul, funk, and R&B to create a sound that was uniquely his. From the pulsing beats of When Doves Cry to the haunting melody of Purple Rain, Prince's music is timeless, resonating with audiences even today. But Prince's legacy extends beyond his music. He was a philanthropist, quietly supporting causes close to his heart. He championed the rights of artists, fought for creative freedom, and advocated for equality. His philanthropic efforts, often done without fanfare or public acknowledgement, demonstrated his profound commitment to making the world a better place. In recognition of his contributions to music, Prince was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a well-deserved accolade for a man who dedicated his life to his craft, pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo. Prince's influence is still felt today in the music of artists who grew up listening to his songs, in the countless musicians who cite him as an inspiration, and in the fans who continue to cherish his music. Every chord, every lyric, every performance is a testament to his talent, his passion, and his unwavering belief in the power of music. Prince may have left us, but his music, his audacity, and his undying spirit continue to resonate, reminding us to always dare to be different, to challenge norms, and to keep the music playing. Did you ever wonder what it takes to become a music legend like Whitney Houston? Those captivating notes, the soulful voice, the unforgettable melodies. They didn't just happen overnight. The enigma of Whitney Houston has always been shrouded in a veil of mystique and wonderment. The tale of her life is a symphony of highs and lows, a melody that resonates with us all. So are you ready to dive into the enigma? Well, prepare to journey through the life of one of the greatest vocalists of all time. Whitney Houston, born on August 9, 1963 in Newark, New Jersey, came from a family deeply rooted in music. Her lineage was steeped in melody, Her mother, Cissy Houston, a notable gospel singer. Her cousins, Dionne and Dee Dee Warwick, renowned soul artists. And her godmother, the Queen of Soul herself, Aretha Franklin. It was as if music ran in her veins, a birthright she was destined to carry forth. Young Whitney first tasted the divine nectar of music in the sanctity of her church. At just 11 years old, she took center stage, delivering her first solo performance. The church walls reverberated with her powerful voice, a voice that carried the promise of greatness. It was there, amidst the pews and under the watchful eyes of her family, that Whitney's journey into music began. Even as a child, Whitney had a voice that could make the angels weep. In the early 1980s, Whitney began her journey to stardom. A young woman with a voice as clear as a bell and as powerful as a roaring tempest, Whitney Houston was destined for greatness. It was Clive Davis, the music industry magnate, who first recognized her remarkable talent. He was so moved by her voice that he wasted no time in signing her to Arista Records, setting the wheels of destiny in motion. Her debut album, released in 1985, was met with rave reviews and commercial success. It was a beacon, a shining testament to her exceptional talent and the promise of what was yet to come. But it was her second album, aptly named Whitney, that catapulted her to unprecedented heights. With this album, she carved her name in the annals of music history, becoming the first female artist to debut at #1 on the Billboard charts. A feat previously thought to be unattainable, Whitney shattered the glass ceiling with her powerful voice and unwavering determination. Her music was a symphony, a harmonious blend of pop, soul, and gospel that resonated with audiences worldwide. She was no longer just Whitney, the girl from New Jersey with a dream. She was Whitney Houston, the global superstar with a voice that touched hearts and moved souls. But as we all know, Whitney Houston was now a global superstar. But fame often comes with a price. Despite her success, Whitney's personal life was filled with struggles. Her marriage to fellow music star Bobby Brown was a roller coaster of emotion, marked by public scandal and personal turmoil. This union, often played out in the media's unrelenting spotlight, was a storm Whitney found herself battling both in and out of the public eye. Alongside these marital troubles, Whitney was wrestling with a more personal demon: substance abuse, a struggle that would persistently gnaw at her health, her career, and her life. The once radiant star was gradually dimming, her health declining as the years rolled on. Tragically, in 2012, Whitney's flame was extinguished far too soon, a loss that echoed around the globe, shaking the very foundations of the music world. Whitney Houston, the music legend, left us too soon, but her music and legacy continue to live on. Whitney Houston's impact on music and culture is immeasurable. Her powerful voice and emotive performances have been the guiding light for countless aspiring singers. Her influence seeps into the very fabric of music, transcending genres and generations. From the soul-stirring ballads to the dance-pop anthems, Whitney's music continues to resonate, never losing its luster. She broke records and shattered glass ceilings, becoming the most awarded female artist of all time. Yet it was not just about the accolades. Whitney's music was a heartfelt expression of her journey, her joys, and her struggles. And this authenticity is what truly touched the hearts of millions. In 2020, her legacy was further cemented with a posthumous induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a testament to her enduring impact. Whitney Houston, a woman who used her voice to touch millions, continues to inspire future generations, reminding us all that we will always love her.
Born in rural Tennessee, the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner, captured hearts worldwide. From humble beginnings, she fought adversity and rose to stardom with her electric performances. Ever heard of Proud Mary? That's right. It's one of her biggest hits. Her journey wasn't always smooth sailing, though. Facing years of abuse and struggles, she made a triumphant comeback with her album Private Dancer. And oh, did you know she's a Guinness World Record holder? Yes, indeed, for selling more concert tickets than any other solo performer in history. A living legend, Tina Turner embodies resilience and power. Her story, a testament to the spirit of never giving up. Isn't she just simply the best? Until next time, keep rocking.
Picture this. A star, born in Lake Jackson, Texas, 1971. Selena Quintanilla, known simply as Selena. A voice transcending boundaries. A melody uniting cultures. A legacy that continues to inspire. From singing at family gatherings to touring with Los Dinos, her journey was a melody of passion and perseverance.
At just 15, she won Female Vocalist of the Year at the Tejano Music Awards, a title she held for 9 consecutive years. Then came her album Amor Prohibido, breaking records, bridging gaps between Tejano music and mainstream pop. But like a comet, her life was brilliant and brief. Aged 23, she was tragically taken from us. Selena Quintanilla, a vibrant melody that still echoes. Her life, a testament to the power of dreams, a beacon for aspiring artists, a legend forever in our hearts.
Ever pondered about the early life of Tupac Shakur, the iconic figure who revolutionized the hip-hop industry? Born on a summer day, June 16, 1971, in the heart of East Harlem, New York City, he was initially named Lasan Parrish Crooks. However, his name was soon changed to Tupac Amaru Shakur, a name that would resonate with millions worldwide. His parents, Afeni Shakur and Billy Garland, were both active and passionate members of the Black Panther Party, a detail that immensely impacted Tupac's upbringing. Growing up, Tupac had to grapple with the harsh realities of poverty. It wasn't just the lack of material comforts, but the exposure to profound social issues at such a young age that marked his early life. These experiences, these struggles, they all seeped into his soul, and later his music, creating the Tupac we know and love. From his early years, Tupac was already steeped in the realities of life that would shape his music and legacy. So how did Tupac Shakur, the child of East Harlem, become the legendary hip-hop artist we know today? Well, the journey began when Tupac moved to Baltimore, Maryland. Here, he attended the Baltimore School for the Arts, studying acting, poetry, jazz, and ballet. A melting pot of culture and creativity, this institution deeply influenced Tupac, expanding his horizons and honing his artistic skills. But perhaps the most significant development during this period was Tupac's first exposure to rap music. He embraced the genre with open arms, starting to perform under the name MC New York. Tupac's love for rap music was evident, and this passion would follow him as he moved to California. In the Golden State, he was introduced to the music industry as a backup dancer for the hip-hop group Digital Underground. It wasn't the spotlight, but it was a start. Tupac's early experiences in the music industry set the stage for a career that would forever change the face of hip-hop. What led to Tupac's meteoric rise in the music industry, and what controversies did he face along the way? Tupac Shakur's ascent to fame was nothing short of remarkable. It was his debut album, Tupacalypse Now, that truly put him on the map. This album was bold, unapologetic, and full of social commentary, tackling issues like poverty, racism, and police brutality. It resonated with many, but its explicit content also stirred controversy, with critics and politicians alike condemning its perceived promotion of violence. Beyond his music, Tupac ventured into acting, landing a role in the movie Juice. His portrayal of the troubled but charismatic character Bishop showcased his acting prowess and further boosted his fame. But with fame came scrutiny, and Tupac found himself in the midst of numerous legal troubles. In the mid-90s, he was convicted of sexual assault and sentenced to prison, a controversy that cast a long shadow over his career. Yet even from behind bars, Tupac continued to make music and remained a prominent figure in the industry. His time in prison was not only a period of personal challenge, but also one of artistic growth. And then, there was the infamous East Coast-West Coast hip-hop feud. Tupac, representing the West Coast, found himself in a heated rivalry with East Coast rapper, the Notorious B.I.G. This feud, fueled by diss tracks and public spats, further intensified the spotlight on Tupac and added another layer of controversy to his already tumultuous career. Despite these controversies, or perhaps because of them, Tupac's influence in the world of hip-hop was undeniable. His raw and unfiltered persona, reflected in his music and public image, made him a figure of fascination and intrigue. He became a symbol of resistance, of speaking truth to power, and of the complexities of life in the inner city. Tupac's life was a whirlwind of success and controversy, a reflection of the raw and unfiltered persona he presented in his music. The life of Tupac Shakur was tragically cut short, but what legacy did he leave behind? Tupac's final chapter began in Las Vegas on September 7, 1996, when he was fatally shot in a drive-by shooting. 6 days later, he succumbed to his injuries. To this day, his murder remains unsolved, shrouded in mystery and spawning a myriad of conspiracy theories. But Tupac's story didn't end there. His music lived on, achieving even greater success posthumously. His albums released after his death sold millions, with songs like Changes becoming anthems for social reform. His lyrical prowess, raw honesty, and distinctive voice influenced scores of future rappers, shaping the sound of hip-hop for generations. Tupac's legacy transcends music. He became a symbol of resistance, a voice for the voiceless, inspiring millions to challenge the status quo. Though Tupac's life was short, his impact on the world of music and beyond continues to resonate, cementing his place as one of the most influential figures in hip-hop history.
Ever wondered how a young boy from Brooklyn became one of the most influential figures in hip-hop? This tale begins in the heart of New York, during the 70s and 80s, where the boy who would become the Notorious B.I.G, Christopher George LaTorre Wallace, was born and raised. The vibrant city, pulsating with rhythm and rhyme, was his playground, sparking an early interest in music. As a child, he was drawn to the raw, unfiltered language of the streets, the potent beats of rap music resonating with his own experiences. His life was not without struggle. The harsh realities of the Brooklyn streets became a crucible, forging his unique style. Poverty, crime, and hardship were his unwelcome companions, but they also provided the gritty fodder that would later shape his music. His lyrics were a reflection of his life, a testament to his resilience, a beacon for those navigating similar struggles. From the rough streets of Brooklyn, a star was about to rise. In a world where success stories often seem unattainable, Biggie's journey to fame defied the odds. He burst onto the hip-hop scene in the early 90s, an era defined by its fierce competition and innovative styles. Yet Biggie, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, stood out from the crowd. He was different. He was unique. His first album, Ready to Die, dropped in 1994, and it took the world by storm. It was raw, emotional, and brutally honest, a reflection of Biggie's own life experiences. The album's success was unprecedented, and it catapulted Biggie into the limelight. Suddenly, he was not just a rapper from Brooklyn. He was the Notorious B.I.G, a household name in the hip-hop community and beyond. But what truly distinguished Biggie was his lyrical prowess. His rhymes were intricate and thought-provoking, filled with vivid imagery and clever wordplay. He had a knack for storytelling, for painting pictures with words that resonated with people from all walks of life. Moreover, Biggie's influence extended beyond his music. He was instrumental in shaping the East Coast hip-hop scene, setting the stage for a new wave of artists who would follow in his footsteps. He was a trendsetter, a leader, a beacon of hope for those who dared to dream. Biggie's meteoric rise was just the beginning of a legacy that would change the face of hip-hop forever. But with fame and success came trials and tribulations. As Biggie's star rose higher, he was plunged into a world of personal struggles and controversy. The East Coast-West Coast hip-hop feud, a rivalry that defined 90s hip-hop, saw Biggie as a key player against rival and former friend Tupac Shakur. His lyrics were often interpreted as fuel on the fire of this bitter conflict. Simultaneously, Biggie was wrestling with his own demons. The fame, the fortune, it wasn't a salve for the scars of his past. It was during these trying times that Biggie crafted his second album, Life After Death. This album was a reflection of his struggles, his experiences. It was raw, it was real, and it resonated with listeners in a way that few albums ever have. But just as his career was reaching new heights, tragedy struck. In March of 1997, Biggie was taken from us. His life ended far too soon. His death sent shockwaves through the music industry. The world mourned the loss of a lyrical genius, a man who had used his words to paint vivid pictures of life in the streets of Brooklyn. Yet, even in death, Biggie's influence did not wane. His music, steeped in truth and raw emotion, continued to reach new listeners. He became more than a man. He became a symbol, a beacon for those who found solace in his words. Despite his life being cut tragically short, Biggie's music continued to resonate with fans around the world. They say legends never die, and in Biggie's case, this couldn't be more true. Even after his untimely demise, the Notorious B.I.G's music continues to reverberate across the globe, influencing countless artists and shaping the sound of hip-hop as we know it. His lyrics, raw and honest, still resonate with fans, old and new, a testament to his timeless appeal. His posthumous success is a testament to his talent. In 2020, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, an honor that few hip-hop artists have received. Other accolades have poured in over the years, further cementing his status as a hip-hop legend. His influence extends beyond the world of music. He's become a symbol of resilience, a beacon for those facing adversity. His enduring legacy is a testament to the power of music and its ability to transcend boundaries and touch souls. From a young boy in Brooklyn to a global hip-hop icon, the Notorious B.I.G story is a testament to resilience, talent, and the enduring power of music.
Ever wondered how Usher Raymond, a boy from Dallas, Texas, became a world-renowned superstar? This story begins on a cool autumn day, October 14, 1978, when Usher was born in Dallas. The Raymond family soon relocated to Chattanooga, Tennessee, when little Usher was just 1 year old. It was in the soulful city of Chattanooga where Usher found his voice, singing in the church choir. The choir became his training ground, shaping a voice that would later captivate millions. As Usher's talent continued to blossom, his family recognized the need to be in a place that could better nurture his gift. So at the tender age of 12, Usher and his family moved to Atlanta, Georgia, a city known for its vibrant music scene. In Atlanta, young Usher set out to pursue his dream of a career in the music industry. So that's how a young Usher started his journey to stardom, not knowing what the future held. Can you guess who spotted Usher's talent and gave him his big break? That's right, it was none other than LaFace Records co-founder, L.A. Reid. It all started when Usher, just 14 years old, stood before Reid, heart pounding, ready to showcase his talent. This pivotal audition marked the beginning of Usher's journey to stardom. In 1994, Usher released his debut album, aptly titled Usher. It was a proud moment, but the album didn't quite hit the mark, at least not as much as everyone had hoped. This led to Usher's return to high school, a return to normalcy, if you will. But don't be mistaken, this wasn't a step back, it was a stepping stone, a moment to regroup. Did this initial stumble deter Usher? Not in the least. His determination remained unscathed. Despite the initial stumble, Usher was far from done. In fact, he was just getting started. So how did Usher go from a kid with a dream to a global superstar? Well, it all began with his second album, My Way. Released in 1997, it quickly gained traction, propelling Usher into the spotlight. Among the hits in the album, there was one that truly stood out, Nice and Slow. This smooth ballad not only stole the hearts of millions, but also landed Usher his first Billboard Hot 100 #1 hit. However, Usher wasn't content to stop there. He continued to ride the wave of success, and 2001, he released another album, 8701. This album too was met with critical acclaim and commercial success, further cementing Usher's status in the music industry. But it was his 2004 album Confessions that truly catapulted Usher onto the global stage. With its raw and heartfelt tracks, Confessions resonated with fans worldwide. It sold over 20 million copies globally, becoming one of the best-selling albums of the decade. This album wasn't just about numbers, though. It was a testament to Usher's talent, versatility, and hard work. It was the album that transformed Usher from a successful artist to a global superstar. And just like that, Usher had become a household name, admired by fans worldwide. What has Usher been up to since reaching the pinnacle of his career? Well, let's dive right in. After his meteoric rise to stardom, Usher didn't just rest on his laurels. He spread his wings into the world of acting, proving his versatility and drawing acclaim for his compelling performances. His diverse roles, from television dramas to Broadway musicals, have showcased his expansive talent beyond the recording studio. And who could forget his stint as a coach on the popular TV show The Voice? Usher brought his years of experience and wisdom to aspiring singers, fostering the next generation of musical talent. This was not just a job for him, but a chance to give back to the community that had given him so much. Usher's music career, of course, has never been on the back burner. He continues to charm the world with his soulful voice and electrifying performances, constantly pushing the boundaries of his art and redefining his sound. Away from the limelight, Usher also dedicates his time and resources to philanthropy. His generous contributions and active involvement in various charitable organizations reflect his commitment to making a difference in the world. Usher's legacy in the music industry is far from over. His resilience, his evolving music styles, and his passion for his craft continue to inspire and influence countless other artists. From a young boy in the choir to a global superstar, Usher's story is a testament to the power of dreams, hard work, and perseverance. Cue the beats, folks. It's time to dive into the life of Jay-Z, a titan of hip-hop. Born Sean Carter in 1969, he was raised in Brooklyn's Marcy Projects. He started freestyling, writing lyrics, and following the music at a young age. His breakthrough came in 1996 with his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Since then, he's dropped over a dozen albums and won an impressive 22 Grammy Awards. Not just a maestro of music, he's also a savvy business mogul with ventures in clothing, sports, and music streaming. Jay-Z's story is one of resilience, ambition, and relentless creativity. From the streets of Brooklyn to the pantheon of music legends, he's a testament to the power of dreams. So next time you're listening to 99 Problems, remember, it's not just a song, it's a story of triumph.
Janet Jackson is the 9th most successful artist in history. But did you know that she never wanted to follow in her big brother's footsteps? So, why did she enter the music industry? And why didn't she want to achieve success through her family name? Let's discover the life of Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson, the youngest of the Jackson family, was born on May 16, 1966, at St. Mary's Mercy Hospital in Gary, Indiana. The Jacksons, a family of 9 children, lived in a busy household in Encino, California, with lots of animals, including a giraffe, chimpanzee, llama, snakes, sheep, deer, dogs, and a parrot. Janet, being the youngest, took care of these animals, even keeping the key to their cages on her earring. Originally, Janet didn't want to be an entertainer. She dreamed of becoming a racehorse jockey after spending time with animals. However, fate had other plans for her, as her father wanted her to enter show business. Janet Jackson's family had big dreams in the world of music. Her mom, Catherine Esther Jackson, was really good at playing the clarinet and piano, and she wanted to become a famous country and western performer. She also worked part-time at Sears. Janet's dad, Joseph Walter Joe Jackson, used to be a boxer but later worked as a crane operator at U.S. Steel. He played guitar in a local band called the Falcons to earn extra money for the family. Janet's brothers, known as the Jackson 5, started making a name for themselves in the Chicago-Gary area with their exciting performances. When Janet was just 1 year old, her brothers signed a deal with Motown and got a huge hit right away. This success led the family to move to sunny Los Angeles in the Encino neighborhood. By the time Janet was 7, she and her sisters were performing in Las Vegas at the MGM Casino on the famous Strip. Theway, the youngest of the Jackson family, initially stepped into the limelight in the family's Las Vegas production and started the journey of success. After her first show in Las Vegas, she started working on television in 1976 and later pursued a solo career as a TV actress. At just 16 in 1982, she signed a record deal with A&M, releasing her debut album, Janet Jackson, that year, followed by Dream Street in 1984. Wanting to establish her own identity apart from her famous family, she teamed up with producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis in the mid-1980s, creating a successful partnership that continues today. Janet Jackson's career really took off with her album Control in 1986. After that, she released several successful albums like Rhythm Nation 1814, Janet, and The Velvet Rope. Her song Black Cat in 1990 made history by topping multiple Billboard charts at once. According to Billboard, she became one of the most successful and influential artists in rock and roll history, winning 33 Billboard Music Awards, the most by any artist. She also set records for being the most searched on the internet and the most searched for news item. Forbes ranked her as the 7th richest woman in entertainment. In 2015, she released her 11th album, Unbreakable, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. This achievement made her the 3rd artist to have #1 albums in 4 consecutive decades. In 2023, Janet Jackson surprised and made her fans happy by announcing a new tour called Together Again. She'll be performing in 35 cities across North America, Europe, and Asia. The tour is named after her hit song from 1997 and is a way for her to celebrate her life and career. It's also a special tribute to her late brother, Michael Jackson. In a video message, Janet shared that she's heard her fans' wishes and she's working on a new album. She expressed how much she misses her fans and can't wait to share the new music with them. The tour will include songs from her entire music history, and she'll also perform some new tracks from the upcoming album. Tickets for the tour went on sale on October 15, 2023, and they sold out really quickly, proving that Janet Jackson is still super popular and influential worldwide. Janet Jackson, despite achieving success in various areas of her life, has had a tough time keeping her marriages happy. She first married singer James DeBarge in 1984 when she was 18, but they quickly divorced in 1985 because of his drug problems and her desire for a career of her own. There were rumors about them having a secret child, but Janet denied this in her documentary. 6 years later, she married dancer Renee Elizondo Jr., whom she met while working on a film. They kept their marriage secret until they divorced in 2000, due to differences they couldn't resolve. After the divorce, Elizondo took legal action, but they eventually settled. Janet's most recent marriage was to billionaire Wissam Al-Mana in 2012, and they had a son named Isa in 2017. Unfortunately, their marriage ended in the same year because of cultural differences and Al-Mana's controlling behavior. Although Janet Jackson is a remarkable artist who has achieved incredible success and influence in the music industry and beyond, she has overcome many challenges and obstacles in her life, from growing up in a famous family to facing criticism and controversy. She is a role model and an inspiration for many people around the world, especially women and people of color. She has shown that with talent, hard work, and passion, anything is possible. Janet Jackson is truly the queen of pop and a legend in her own right.
Ever ponder how a simple country girl from the hills of Tennessee became a global icon? Our story begins on a cold winter's day, January 19, 1946, when little Dolly Parton was born in the rustic town of Sevierville, Tennessee. She was the fourth of 12 children, born into a family that knew more about love than they did about money. They lived in a one-room cabin, a humble abode bursting at the seams with dreams and determination. The Partons may have been poor in the pocket, but they were rich in spirit. Their financial struggles didn't define them, but instead shaped a young Dolly into a woman of grit and ambition. Music was their solace, their joy, their connection. Her mother's sweet melodies echoed through their home, stirring a passion in Dolly that would soon set her on an extraordinary path. From a tender age, Dolly knew she was destined for more than the humble life she was born into. At the age of 10, Dolly was already making waves in the local television and radio stations. But how did she ascend from local fame to international stardom? No sooner had Dolly Parton tossed her high school graduation cap into the air, she set her sights on Nashville, the beating heart of country music. The journey was far from easy, and the young singer-songwriter found herself grappling with the cutthroat nature of the music industry. But as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. For Dolly, this came in the form of Porter Wagoner, a country music stalwart who saw the star in the making. Under his mentorship, Dolly honed her craft and soon broke through the noise with her unique blend of storytelling and melody. However, it was Dolly's decision to strike out on her own that marked the turning point in her career. Armed with a guitar and a dream, she stepped into the spotlight as a solo artist, and the world was ready for her. Her first solo endeavor, Jolene, resonated with listeners far and wide, and before long, Dolly Parton was a household name. The 70s and 80s saw Dolly scale the heights of success. Her songs became anthems, her style became iconic, and her name became synonymous with country music. But Dolly wasn't just content with ruling the country music charts. She set her sights on the pop industry, and with her infectious tunes and irresistible charm, won over a whole new legion of fans. From the hills of Tennessee to the glitz and glamour of Nashville and beyond, Dolly's journey was a testament to her talent, tenacity, and undeniable charisma. Her rise to stardom wasn't just about fame or fortune, but about a young girl with a dream and the resolve to make it come true. Dolly's determination and talent propelled her from a local sensation to a country music superstar. But Dolly's influence extends beyond the music industry. Ever heard of Dollywood? Dollywood is no ordinary theme park. Nestled in the heart of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, it's a dazzling testament to Dolly's love for her home state. Since its grand opening, Dollywood has been a roaring success, boosting the local economy and attracting visitors from around the globe. But Dolly's heart beats not just for music or entertainment. She founded the Imagination Library, a project that gifts books to children from birth until they begin school. This endeavor has resulted in the donation of millions of books, fueling the dreams and imaginations of countless young minds. Dolly Parton, a music sensation and a philanthropist, has not just climbed to the pinnacle of the music industry and built a successful theme park. She has touched millions of lives through her songs and her generosity. With a career spanning over 6 decades, Dolly Parton has become a living legend. She's certainly no stranger to accolades. With tens of awards under her sequined belt, she's been honored time and again for her contributions to music. These include multiple Grammy Awards, a place in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her record-breaking hits, like Jolene and I Will Always Love You, have earned her a well-deserved spot in the Country Music Hall of Fame. But Dolly's influence extends far beyond the charts. Her enduring popularity continues to resonate with younger generations of musicians who draw inspiration from her unique blend of authenticity and artistry. And despite her stardom, she's never lost her down-to-earth charm, reminding us all that it's possible to stay true to your roots, even when you're a global sensation. From her humble beginnings to her rise as a global icon, Dolly Parton remains a testament to the power of dreams, determination, and a good country song.
Beyonce Giselle Knowles, the iconic music queen, was born on September 4, 1981, in Houston, Texas. Right from the start, it was clear she was meant for something big in the entertainment world. Beyonce's love for music began when she was very young, growing up in a family that loved the arts. Her parents, Tina and Matthew, played a big role in supporting her passion. Tina has roots in Louisiana Creole, and Matthew worked as a Xerox sales manager. The seeds of Beyonce's remarkable talent began to sprout when she was quite young. She first showcased her impressive singing abilities at St. John's United Methodist Church and St. Mary's Montessori School. At the tender age of 7, she left a lasting impression by winning a talent show with a soul-stirring rendition of John Lennon's Imagine. As she progressed through Parker Elementary School and later attended the High School for the Performing and Visual Arts, Beyonce's dedication to her craft continued to blossom. At 8 years old, Beyonce, along with Latavia Roberson, formed the group Destiny's Child, setting the stage for her future stardom. Despite facing financial hardships, the group evolved and eventually caught the attention of Dwayne Wiggins's Grassroots Entertainment, leading to a record deal with Columbia Records in 1996. Destiny's Child became a big deal in 1997 with their first major song, No No No, and their debut album in 1998. They really hit it big with their second album in 1999, called The Writings on the Wall, featuring popular songs like Bills, 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 and the Grammy-winning Say My Name. Destiny's Child became a huge presence in the music world, selling over 8 million copies worldwide. In the early 2000s, they kept succeeding with the hit Independent Women Part 1 from Charlie's Angels in 2000, and their Grammy-winning album Survivor in 2001. After a holiday album, Destiny's Child took a break in 2001 to explore solo projects. This allowed Beyonce to try acting in movies like Austin Powers in Goldmember and The Fighting Temptations. In 2002, Beyonce's personal and professional life mixed when she worked with Jay-Z on the song '03 Bonnie and Clyde. People started wondering about their relationship after the music video, and they quietly got married in April 2008. By April 2014, the couple had sold a whopping 300 million records together. They faced public scrutiny and talked about struggles in their marriage, including a sad miscarriage around 2010 or 2011. Beyonce coped with it through her music and surprised everyone by announcing her pregnancy during her MTV VMA performance in 2011. Their daughter, Blue Ivy, was born on January 7, 2012. Rumors about Jay-Z's possible infidelity came up after Beyonce's 2016 album Lemonade, making their relationship more complicated. Beyoncé confirmed her second pregnancy on Instagram in 2017 and introduced twins Rumi and Sir on June 13, 2017. In a September 2018 Vogue issue, the singer opened up about her pregnancy journey, giving a glimpse into her personal life. Beyoncé has had an enormous impact on the music world, selling over 200 million records globally, including 60 million with Destiny's Child. She's the individual with the most Grammy Awards, winning 32 times. In 2009, Billboard named her the top female and radio songs artist of the decade, showing she's a musical powerhouse. Beyoncé's not just about music. Her humanitarian efforts have earned her prestigious awards like the Honorary Mother of the Year in 2014, GLAAD Vanguard Award in 2019, and BT Humanitarian Award in 2020. In 2010, Beyoncé took charge of her career by creating Parkwood Entertainment, an entertainment company based in New York City. It's named after a street in Houston where Beyoncé used to live. Parkwood Entertainment covers her ventures in music, movies, videos, and fashion. Originally focusing on video and film production, the company has grown into a powerhouse, releasing albums like her self-titled fifth studio album, 2013, Lemonade 2016, and The Carters' Everything Is Love 2018. Beyoncé hasn't just made her own mark, but has also been crucial in helping new talent grow. Her company, Parkwood Entertainment, signed artists like Chloe X Halle, who even performed at Super Bowl Live in February 2019. This shows Beyoncé's dedication to supporting the next generation of artists. In 2021, Beyoncé kept getting recognition, winning the Top Touring Artist Award at the Pollstar Awards and being inducted into the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame. She's not only a big deal in music but also beyond, as seen in her acknowledgement on the BBC Radio 4 Woman's Hour Power List. Beyoncé's journey, starting as a young girl with a dream in Houston and becoming a global icon, is proof of her amazing talent, resilience, and commitment to making a lasting impact in the entertainment world.
Pop the spotlight on Tyla, an emerging music artist shaking up the scene. Born and raised in Johannesburg, she signed to Epic Records in 2021, following the domestic success of her debut single, Getting Late. Tyla's journey began with a love for music and a dream that's now transforming into reality one hit at a time. Her unique blend of pop R&B and hip-hop resonate with fans worldwide. She rose to international fame with her 2023 single Water, a top 10 hit in a dozen countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, and Australia. It was also the first song by a South African soloist to enter the US Billboard Hot 100 in 55 years. So here's to Tyla, a rising star in the music world and a beacon of hope for many. Stay tuned for more on her journey in this exciting musical landscape. Imagine being a Grammy Award-winning artist by the age of 20. That's exactly what Taylor Swift did. Born in Pennsylvania, Swift was charmed by country music at a tender age. A move to Nashville at 14, and the rest, as they say, is history. Her self-titled debut album in 2006 catapulted her into stardom, and she hasn't looked back since. Albums like Fearless, Red, and 1989 have not only showcased her songwriting prowess but also her ability to seamlessly transition from country to pop. Swift's personal experiences, often reflected in her lyrics, have resonated with millions worldwide. Her advocacy for artists' rights and her philanthropic efforts add another layer to her impressive career. In just over a minute, we've skimmed the surface of Taylor Swift's life. Imagine what else this powerhouse has accomplished. Swift's journey is a testament to hard work, resilience, and staying true to oneself. Stay tuned for more.
Thank you for tuning into CLD Takes. For more videos such as this and the biographies, please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to receive notifications for new videos. Till then, see you next time.